Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to explain you the mechanism of sexual reproduction from lesson 12, reproduction in plants. Mechanism of sexual reproduction in plants. Sexual reproduction in plants involves following steps: pollination, fertilization, formation of seed and fruit, germination of seed. Let's study the steps in detail. What is pollination? The transfer of pollen grains from the anther to the stigma of a flower is called pollination. Pollination can occur in two ways: self pollination and cross pollination. In the picture, you can see the transfer of pollen grains from the anther to the stigma of the flower. What is self pollination? When the pollen grains from the anther of a flower are transferred to the stigma of the same flower or the another flower on the same plant, it is called self pollination. So in the picture you can see the pollen grains from the anther of the flower are transferred to the stigma of the same flower. So it is called the self pollination. What is cross pollination? When the pollen grains from the anther of a flower of one plant are transferred to the stigma of the stigma of a flower of another plant of the same kind, it is called cross pollination. So in this picture you can see the pollen grains from the anther of one flower are transferred to the stigma of the another flower of the same kind. So it is the cross pollination. Generally, pollen grains have tough protective coat which prevents them from drying. Since pollen grains are light, they can be carried by the agents like insects, wind, water, and birds. Pollination by insects. Many insects such as bees, butterflies, and moths feed on nectar of flowers. A few insects are attracted by the color and odor of the flowers. Odor means fragrance. When these insects visit the flowers, the pollen grains from the anther stick to their bodies, and when these insects sit on another flower, these pollen grains get rubbed off, causing pollination. So in this picture you can see when the bee visits the flower, the pollen grains from the anther of this flower stick to the body of the bee, and when the same bee sits on another flower, the pollen grains get rubbed off, causing the pollination. Now you see the pollination by wind. When pollen grains mature, the anthers break open to release them. The blowing wind carries mature pollen grains from one flower to another flower and helps in pollination. Wind pollinated flowers are found in plants such as grass, wheat, corn, sugarcane, rice, and maize. The wind pollinated flowers produce a large amount of pollen grains which are light and non-sticky. Now, in this picture, you can see the two grass flowers are there. Clear? So, the pollen grains from the anther, of one grass flower are carried by wind to the feathery sticky stigma of the another grass flower, because pollen grains are very light and non-sticky. Clear? And these pollen grains are transferred to the sticky feathery stigma of another grass flower by wind. So this is the example of pollination by wind. Pollination by water. The pollination in aquatic plants is generally done by water. The water currents carry mature pollen grains from one flower to another and help in pollination. Pollination in aquatic plants such as Vallisneria and Hydrilla is carried out by water. Now you see the fertilization. So what is fertilization? Fertilization is the process of fusion of male gamete, that is the male sex cells, with the female gamete, that is the female sex cell, to produce zygote. So what happens in fertilization? Look at this picture. So when the pollen grain falls on this, pollen grains falls on the stigma of the flower. So this is the stigma of the flower. It grows as a thin pollen tube which moves downward. It moves downwards. Clear? After that, this pollen tube penetrates the stigma, passes through the style and enters into the ovule. So after that, this pollen, that means this tube which is known as the pollen tube, it penetrates the stigma and passes through the style. So this is the style and enters the ovule. Now what happens inside the ovule? The male gamete moves down to the ovule through the pollen tube. The tip of the pollen tube bursts open and male gamete comes out of the pollen tube. Now here you see, after penetrating the stigma, the male gamete, it along with the pollen tube moves through the style, enters the ovule. Now the tip of the pollen tube bursts open and the male gamete inside, you see the male gamete, that is the male sex cells, comes out of the pollen tube. After that, the male gamete fuses with the female gamete present in the ovule. So ovule, inside the ovule we can find the female gamete or the female sex cell. So the male gamete fuses with the female gamete inside the ovule to form the zygote. So this is called the fertilization. So what we can say, the fusion of male gamete with the female gamete to produce zygote is called fertilization. After that, you see, after the fertilization, what happens? The several changes occur in a flower leading to the formation of seeds and fruits. The ovary of the flower swells and develops to form the fruit. The ovules present in an ovary grow to become seeds. That means ovary changes into fruit and the ovules present in an ovary changes into seeds. The seed contains an embryo, that is the baby plant, enclosed in a protective seed coat.